Magnum, my gun. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, let me see. Take charge of things like your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Must be 18 years and older to drink responsibly.
Flow Road to Home is life made simple. One affordable plan that gives you internet at home and mobile on the go. Constant connection anywhere and everywhere, wherever your plans may take you. Switch today and get double the data on your mobile with 60 gigs plus unlimited WhatsApp and YouTube and 400 megabits per second internet speed. Flow Road to Home internet and mobile plan. Your non-stop connection. Visit a Flow store or discoverflow.co for more info. Conditions apply.
TDC for service, TDC for quality. TDC your company, TDC for service, TDC for quality. TDC your company. Together we succeed, building a strong community, pressing onward to one destiny. One love, one family, together we succeed. Let the whole world see. Yes, this is 50.
Good morning to our various listeners and viewers across the globe. You're logged on to WINNFM 98.9 on your FM dial. My name is Socrates, and you're in for another episode of Voices. It's another beautiful day in the Federation of St. Christopher Nevis. The clock on the wall says it's 4 minutes past 11, and we're at the end of the 6th month of 2023. We've passed a halfway point. It's the 30th, well, this is the day, the 30th day of June. As of midnight, a few hours from now, we will be into the 7th month of 2023, and people will be asking, where did the time go? But guess what? Among other things we're celebrating is CARICOM, a whole week of celebration. And this was a song written about 10 years ago by Moa. It was for a CARICOM competition that never came to be. So now I thought I have a chance to share it with the world, because we are CARICOM, just to set the tone.
We are CARICOM. We are CARICOM.
With our very own hands, we fought from these lands, financial dynasties that enslaved our world. And though we fought for and won our emancipation of our destiny, we had but little control. Now a new day has brought new challenges, demanding we pool our resources to create a single economic space. Harness in our interdependence, ever looking to God for guidance. As our own CSME, we probably embrace. Let the bongo sit and steel pan say, I am, you are, we are CARICOM. Trading as economic partners, opening up our borders as we gravitate to a single domestic space. I am, you are, we are CARICOM. Forging one Caribbean's economic union. Much more than seawater and sand, but coveted lands that empires wagered crowns in order to claim. Of which today we stand with these in our hands, mortgage to none but our children's names. For we inherited through a bloodshed, lands ravaged and exploited, now impregnated with our DNA. Thus, the many things that defines us are more to unite than divide us. So give due recognition to our CCJ. Then in our Kaiso reggae and folk song say, I am, you are, we are CARICOM. Trading as economic partners, opening up our borders to negotiate in a single domestic space. I am, you are, we are CARICOM, forging one Caribbean's economic union.
We salute the CARICOM member states of Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, Montserrat, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago, and the associate member states of Anguilla, Bermuda, British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Turks and Caicos Islands, and all others with observer status, we join as one and proudly sing. We are CARICOM. We are CARICOM.
As indeed we are. And we're observing the 50th anniversary of CARICOM across the region, even though it seems that some countries may not be taking part in the observance celebration. And Antigua and Barbuda, for example, they are in the midst of getting ready for the carnival, but that doesn't say they shouldn't take time out. Let me read from this article, if I may. And it says, Prime Minister Gaston Brown says it is unlikely that Antigua and Barbuda will follow the likes of Grenada and St. Kitts and Nevis in observing the 4th of July as a public holiday. That's CARICOM Day, as far as we're concerned. So the Americans have the 4th of July celebration. We will have our 4th of July CARICOM Day. It goes on. Next Tuesday, we'll commemorate 50 years since the signing of the Treaty of Chaguaramas between the Prime Ministers of Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, which established the regional community CARICOM. During a meeting in the Bahamas between CARICOM leaders, a declaration was made that July 4th, 2023 be celebrated as a public holiday across the region. By the way, Jamsa, are we observing that there's a public holiday here in St. Kitts and Nevis? The 4th, definitely. However, speaking to a flag raising ceremony yesterday, PM Brown said that the issue was still undecided by Cabinet. Truth be told, we have had so many public holidays that it is always difficult to add additional holidays. And this is no disrespect or lack of commitment to CARICOM if we decide not to, the Prime Minister said. Well, I'm happy that we here in SKN, and he did mention Grenada, is observing this milestone, the 50th anniversary of CARICOM. And though there's been some challenges here and there, we need to put our united efforts together and support this machinery. Now, mentioned in that declaration, is there a call already? Let's see what this caller have to say. Good morning, caller. You're live on Voices.
Good morning, the King.
Good morning, sir. How about thou?
I am Dow.
Not
is good and Pigeon is great.
No. How are you doing?
I'm good, man.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, now let me join in a little conversation topic you have here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we all know that the 4th of July is America Independence Day.
Yes.
Right, and that they give Americans a lot of freedom. Well, this CARICOM holiday, which they want to give to the whole, what should
region.
I say? The Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I could see where Gaston Brown and the other posters, I could see where they're looking at.
Really?
Eh?
Really? Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, my suggestion is now, why can't we in St. Kitts celebrate the day of the 1935 uprising in Buckley's? And that caused because of a demonstration of the workers in the cane field. The managers refused to give them what they were asking for. And because of that revolution, that they gave a lot to the Caribbean countries, the freedom and rights. What do you think?
You got a great point because it actually instigated the riots in Jamaica. So your point is, until we observe the Buckley's Riot of 1934, we should not observe the CARICOM celebration,
Yes.
50th anniversary?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. Let me deal with what we got in the yard first, and then we go out and say, well, okay, we're gonna join with you.
So we need to legislate. We need to legislate that as a holiday, a national holiday.
Well, it's supposed to be done. Yeah, and
You got a great point.
Yeah. Anyway, that was just my thing for today. So long.
You're sharp and on track. I see your point of view and I accept it, but I think that we can agitate for that. We shouldn't have to. It should be naturally accepted as really a national holiday. And I think the relevant folks should take whatever measures to legislate that as a national holiday. So that may be coming. I went to an event this year where they were observing the ceremonies up at Buckley's Yard. And the Honorable Congress Maynard gave an undertaking that there will be a building put in place by the time the next year comes around. There will be a building, a museum put there. So Ras Iyer told him he was going to hold him to his word. So we'll see how...
Right on Buckley's where I was born?
Yes.
Those are words.
Well, okay, he made a commitment, and politicians do that. But let's see, because he said that they've been looking at it for some time, and he gave a promise that there will be a building erected and a museum on the site. There was some challenge with one of the merchants who would have built on the land there, and they're going to work something out as they...
But let me tell you something. Let me interject here. His words are not as powerful or more powerful than Mr. Bradshaw and other prime ministers and premier come down the line. And from the time that happened, 1935, a lot of talks been said, this going to be done and that going to be done. And he, knowing he who he is, I don't believe what he say, he going to come to do it. I don't believe. I know him from experience.
Well, from experience, okay, I don't know. What I would say that perhaps Mr. Bradshaw and others did not focus on that. They did not give focus. It's been mainly the man in the street. We have to give credit to the Rastafarian community who've been pushing for that. And in that last ceremony, where they were observing, because they made a comparison that on the second Sunday in East November, we observe the...
Okay, let me say one more thing here. Sorry to interject.
Go ahead.
You see the kind of man Mr. Bradshaw is. Mr. Bradshaw is a man to reward when it comes to the country. Because we know when the sugar factory, Jubason, we know when that was installed. And how many years England has been taking the benefits and the profits from the sugar from that factory. And Mr. Bradshaw decided, hey, no, it is time for that factory to belong to the country here in St. Kitts. And he did that. So all of that, there is good recognition. That is a man who stick to his words. But other politicians come down after I don't trust the words.
Well, one sold the first scrap metal.
What sound good, eh?
One sold the factory for scrap metal.
Yes.
Don't call nobody name.
No,
I
and
just say one.
I could tell you how many engines that run on the rail he sell too.
Okay,
10 of them.
Different story for a different time.
From
But it shows who takes the legacy seriously.
Exactly, man. Definitely.
But at the same time, I have no reason to doubt that Congress Maynard would not do good on his word. It's left to be seen. You say from
So
experience,
that's the
you
thing he
doubt
said
it.
he was going to do and he didn't do.
All right.
But anyway,
I'm
unless
hopeful.
somebody is coming, I don't want to hog up the time.
Much
So I want to
appreciated.
hear other people's opinion.
All right. So that's our first caller, and he
Yeah, okay.
is saying that he's not really too keen on celebrating, observing the 50th anniversary of CARICOM.
Let me hang up.
Okay, you're still there. All right. And rather he'd rather they pay tribute to the folks who sacrificed and gave their lives at the Buckley's Right of 1934. Fair enough. That was the first caller. We're still celebrating CARICOM on the 4th of July. Some countries may not see the need for it or may try to figure, But 50 years in the lifetime of any organization is significant and is to the credit of CARICOM probably that we have been able to keep this integration. Any other caller line? Okay, we go back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller. You're live on Voices.
Greetings, Kingston.
With respect, good morning, sir.
Take it for the remove a little bit from the tech.
Not a problem.
Okay. Yeah, we nothing wrong to celebrate that milestone. We don't like the date though. We don't like the date what they said.
Because it coincides with the...
Huh?
Give me a reason why you don't like it.
Well, we don't have a 4th of July something with America.
No, we don't have it. They have it.
Well, okay. So
We
never
don't
follow
have
that
it
date.
with them. They have it. We choose to celebrate and observe it, but they have it. We don't have it with them.
It's like we're following them. It's like we sound to say we have the date, them have the date. So why we following their date? That's my point. Yeah, following the date.
So if you're born on the 22nd of any given month and I born the same date, I follow your date?
They can't repeat that.
If you're born on the 22nd of any month and I born on the same date, am I following your date?
Nobody with them referencing of Virgin. This is completely different. This is something we know. We know that them celebrate whatever on the 4th of July. Let me set you on date. Yeah. That they say. All right. Early on the program, we had the fire talk. And
Okay.
we had a meditation, but we didn't get a call in. I think that this she will date again. I think that this what do you call it again? Guy Fawkes thing.
Yeah.
I think that we should ban that celebration, ban
Definitely.
everything that involved in it,
Definitely.
including the firecracker, everything. Yeah, ban it. I mean, license what is given to people who do that business. Stop that.
It's
Stop it
commercial.
altogether.
It's commercial.
the other-
A lot of guys
Pardon?
gain from it. It's a commercial event, and so the vendors will have to decide they're going to sacrifice that loss. They probably
Yeah,
won't.
they need to do. We need to do it. The other thing is came out in that reasoning earlier is the hijinks, the block-up hijinks. Now, the fire officers say it is not their responsibility, just that they collab with ministries who undertake that. And I don't think that the ministries should keep on with the cleaning. We need to deal with some prevention. Apart from the wood them were coming down from the mountain, which is kind of hardly preventable. The people, the thing what people do. Why we can't reach to the stage where we enforce what laws we have and create more laws and policies to stop these whole heap of nastiness, this whole heap of dumping and littering and this and that. Yeah, that's the way we should go. We keep cleaning up after these nasty people, wasting time, wasting money. No. We need to stop that. It's like what kind of mentality that?
You have
Cleaning
been
up after
crying.
these nasty people all the time.
You have been advocating for more vigilant litter wardens for some time. That can be one of the
I mean,
solutions.
this is not about me, This is about us. Here the first words in the anthem.
Our land of beauty.
Oh, land of beauty, and we keep ugling up the beauty. And next thing too, with permission from the writer, we need to change that word land to lands. We need to put a S to that word. Yeah?
Okay.
Because we have federation. We need to put a S to that land.
But the country can
We
be...
have said enough.
Okay, so much appreciated. Much appreciated. Won't even contend that. But your point is well taken about the issues of littering that causes drainage to be blocked up. And as I said, you have been advocating for some time to have more vigilant litter wardens to observe and give tickets. We go back to the phone lines. Caller, you're live on Voices. Good day, caller. Are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning, blessed are you?
Oh, I'm giving God thanks I'm alive.
Most beautifully.
I gave God thanks for the rain we got.
Yes.
Have you seen the child match?
I had to divert and drive around town to get parking in time. It's a wonderful thing. Massive turnout. Yes, it is.
Yes. The number of children that age always amazes me. And I always say to myself, what would happen if all of these children decide to stay in the island? Where would we find work for them?
Good question. There was a
You
time.
by the thousands, you know.
There was a time that
May God
migration was
bless
the
them.
norm.
Huh?
There was a time when migration was the norm, but there were jobs out there. Now it's much. It's no. There was a time back in the 50s, 60s
Yeah,
when
but if you look at the way the parents going to the American islands
to birth.
to get the children, so we actually educating and feeding and raising Americans.
Brain drain.
We do, you know.
Yes.
When they're 18 and so, they send them where they belong when it was our investment.
That is so.
Now, let me get to the CARICOM Day.
Please.
I asked someone today, Barbados, having this, you know. Now, these are the founders, are the signatures to the creation of CARICOM.
First signatories, yes.
First and second, the second CARICOM. And they don't think it is enough to give a day for that. You have Jamaica,
Guyana.
Jamaica, Guyana, Trinidad, and Barbados. None of them, you notice. I suppose they'll have some kind of ceremony, but that's it. And Jamaica has always been threatening to leave. You know that, right?
No.
They're the ones who break up the Federation.
The Federation back in the 60s.
And we should give CARICOM some credit because the Federation, the West Indian Federation, lasted 4 years, from 58 to 62.
CARICOM is clocking 50.
CARICOM is 50. The problem with CARICOM is the politicians. Now,
Lack of
CARICOM
commitment.
has a lot of benefits, a lot. There's a lot to be gained by being a member of CARICOM. Only that our people don't pay attention and we are not properly educated. So they go out to the heads of government meetings
Conferences, yes.
and sign all of these conventions, and then they come home. And the people are unaware of the extent of the CARICOM, the protocols. You hear CARICOM, the CSME, that's a good thing, you know. It says the free movement of labor and the capital.
Skills sets in the region.
Economic market where you could move, only that a lot of our people are stuck. Voluntarily, you know.
Yes.
Well, Guyana and Jamaica and Haiti, and so they're not afraid to move.
Well, they have a much larger population, and
It's more than population.
on the
they
ground it's
understand.
more difficult to find jobs. So they
Yeah, but you
move
could create
out.
jobs too. Because a lot of them come here and create their own work. You go to Nevis, the majority, I think, of the market vendors and farmers, they are of Guyanese extract.
That is correct. Here in Sinkers too?
The Santo Domingos have come and gone into the services sector, barber, tailor.
That is correct.
Yes, they have created things for themselves.
And we grumble. But we have the same access to opportunities to go to other
in
territories.
their country.
Correct.
And in a lot of cases, we're better educated than a lot of them. But we're not moving because the government's supposed to give me a job, you know. We even got the OECS and they wouldn't budge. Now look at Munster. Munster heavily underpopulated, you know.
Yeah, the migration since how
They could do with a lot of people in there to revive the economy. It's people they need. You know, somebody was telling me that Barbados is thinking of
sending
bringing
people
in more adults because they have a large percentage of older people.
Mm-hmm.
So to help to sustain the Social Security. It's the same thing. Whenever they're coming in here, they add to the Social Security is for us to make sure that they are registered.
Mm-hmm.
And those who hire them pay the
contributions, yes.
I was even telling the person, you know, encourage them to get children. Other countries now paying people, out of France, and get children because, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
All the way, you know. And then sometimes they go out to CLBC because the mother born here and the father born here. You know, I just look at it as disloyalty. I don't know how people think about it. They say, oh, they get opportunities. Sometimes the place you send them in New York, and so they just drop in the same hole. Mm-hmm. And so I have a challenge for all of my Pan-Africanists. My good friend Journey and the rest. You know, I always say to myself...
Give me a wrap up, please, because we do for news.
Yes, if we put more effort into the development of CARICOM, we will have enough energy left over for Africa. We need to pay more. How many of them understand CARICOM? How many of them appreciate it? How many of them see the Caribbean as Africa? So there's no need to ignore it and look at other people. So happy CARICOM Day and happy birthday to my neighbor, Sherlan Cannoneer. God bless you.
Thank you very much. And at this point, we pause for a few kind words from our sponsors.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
No, the real John of them drink Campari. Link up your girl with the Campari. Day or night with your Campari. Mix the pineapple, you can't run party. Campari, respect the bitter. Must be 18 years or older to drink responsibly.
Flow Road to Home is life made simple. One affordable plan that gives you internet at home and mobile on the go. Constant connection anywhere and everywhere, wherever your plans may take you. Switch today and get double the data on your mobile with 60 gigs plus unlimited WhatsApp and YouTube and 400 megabits per second internet speed. Flow Road to Home internet and mobile plan. Your non-stop connection. Visit a Flow store or discoverflow.co for more info. Conditions apply.
And we're back. We're discussing CARICOM's 50th anniversary. We're celebrating on the 4th. And I have to apologize for my bad manners. I have a call. Okay, let's go straight to the phone lines. Caller, you are live on Voices.
Hi, good morning, the King.
Good morning, Africa. How about that?
I'm giving thanks for life. And good morning to all those who are listening. Mrs. Henry, yeah, you're correct. Yes, that's a challenge that members of the Pan-African community would really want to build on. And I would say that the CARICOM Day is long in waiting, and it's welcome. Simply because one will have to recognize the birth, you know, just like how we celebrate birthdays. One will have to recognize the inception of a body, an organization, whatever you call it, and would want to reflect the King. So
yes.
the day should be set aside to reflect.
Of course.
But how did they come up with the day? It might have been on the day when they signed the Treaty of Chaguaramas.
Correct, the anniversary date.
Right, and so it's now getting around as to who other organization or what other nation might have been born on that day. A birth is a birth and is a birth, and then they have some days that person would have been born on where multiple persons would have been born on. And so, yes, but as for member states to say, well, it's not, the king.
Yes.
The first president of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah,
yeah.
he said something. He said he was willing to relinquish Ghana, the country of Ghana, willing to put aside the country of Ghana to allow the African, it wasn't called the African Union then, it was called the Organization of the African Union. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or the unity, you know what I mean? It has morphed into the AU now, the African Union. Mr. Nkrumah said he was willing to put aside Ghana's whatever, Ghana independent, Ghana, in sovereignty in terms of an individual nation,
mm-hmm.
in order for the African Union to work. You understand? And so it's ironic, and because there is a festive season in every state, and it happens to be at the time when Antigua will be celebrating their carnival, and
Correct,
what I mean?
yes.
But one has to be more kinder and more gentler as to not sending the wrong message in terms of our words, the way we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Because here is a prime minister, and we the weaker ones in the body would might to take it in a negative context to say,
Correct.
wow, here is Gaston Bowles snubbing at it. You know what I mean? What to say for the OECS now? Because there's a CARICOM and there's the OECS.
Yes.
Does the OECS have a day that we set aside that we recognize?
Was that signed here in St. Kitts in was 83 thereabouts?
And the king, and we also know that annually the chairmanship of those bodies
changes.
You know what I mean?
I think our PM would be coming for this.
And no one will want for, like OECS was chaired here the other day, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so no one will want for think it's to have their moment and then another member state taking away from it.
Disregard it, yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the... Go ahead. I have a question to ask you, though.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, good. Go ahead.
What do you think about the views expressed by Culture this morning that we should give more credence to the 1934 Buckley's Uprising?
Yes. On a national level.
Yes.
We should not seek counsel from CARICOM for that. We should do it on our own national level.
No, he wasn't saying we should seek counsel.
Wants to have their own thing on their own national level.
Mm-hmm.
We should have done that and agree on, well, if it did not fall on the same day with the CARICOM, the date, and we could celebrate because there are a whole calendar of events. Mm-hmm. We have 365 days of the year to plan these things and to don't allow them to clash with each other. But yes, that's on a national level. That should have long been recognized. The Buckley's Uprising.
Okay.
On another note, though, the King, I want to pick up, but not now. I'm just letting you know I'm going to pick up from my contribution on the last program you had there about education and all things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll call back later.
All right, thank you, much appreciated. There's a news item here. We're going to go back to the CARICOM issue. We're going to speak about the passing of Sir Tapley. There are topics I have listed to cover. Barbados is moving to copy and introduce the Dr. Honorable Timothy Harris-led Team Unity Administration initiated revolutionary and visionary PAP program. I'll read that again. Barbados is moving to copy and introduce the Dr. Honorable Timothy Harris-led Team Unity Administration initiated revolutionary and visionary PAP program. Sinkers and Nevis, under the leadership of Dr. Honorable Timothy Harris, introduced a visionary poverty alleviation program, PAP, in 2018, where families of households making under 3,000 monthly would get the additional 500 monthly. Barbados will be introducing their vision of the SKN PAP program. 662 0989 466 0989. You want to call in, win on this? News ITV May, feel free to do so. The lines are open. And we're accepting all calls today. Rosemary, Savannah, Joey, forgive my manners. I didn't say to you good morning. Brenda up there. She's traveling to the Federation tomorrow. Petro over there in Antigua. And all the other folks out there, log on the voices. We go straight to the phone lines. Call your live on voices.
Good morning, King. How are you doing?
With respect. Good morning, sir.
Oh, well, it has been said to me that if we are willing to honor the Buckley's riot, we should somewhat do like Cuba under the revolution attempt in 1967.
Why not?
I don't know what you might think about that. Somebody might hear and
why not?
After that.
Why not?
Well, it was a try because somebody don't want to be under your rule any longer. They try a coup.
Yeah, but Batista and those guys, those people, those in Cuba, it was just a playground for the rich. And Castro did what he had to do. You know?
We understand that, but a revolution, even if it's for the rich or the poor, it's a revolution, right?
Well, one man freedom fighter is your other terrorist. Right? And no doubt those guys in Buckley's who started that riot is spread as far as Jamaica.
Yeah, they was under pressure. So
and it's sister change, so they should be recognized and honored. We go and we celebrate those guys who contributed in World War I and II every second Sunday in November. Go down to the Senate office, we march and we salute, play drums and so on. You know? We should honor those who really fought for our freedom directly, making sacrifices.
Well, I could tell you this. In my view of the world, in the past and today, nobody is giving you freedom.
You have to fight for
it.
it.
You have to make sure you keep it, you take it, you hold on to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because whoever tried to free you, or whoever free you, want to control you. And even if you look at the PAM party, the Labour Party, whichever party goes in power, you have to be a dead supporter of either party, because if you open your mouth and say anything contrary to what they are saying, someone of the supporters is going to take you on, whether you are all right.
That's given. That's a given.
And so what happened is that they all show their loyalty to the party of which you support. And so you, like Bob Marley said, none but ourselves.
Can free our minds.
As individuals can free our mind.
Yes.
And we have to constantly make sure we stay afloat over our freedom. It will be taken away from us by individuals close to us. If you mention something and it's only your opinion, someone will jump up to you and say, don't say that. Don't say that. He is telling you what to say and what not to say. He is not saying to you, that is your opinion, but this is mine. And will we come together and accept side by side? He is challenging you that the old party used to do that, so you cannot say that about this party.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens on both sides. So with that being said, like we've been talking about different issues, one of the things is that someone said that we should increase the litter warden. We do have litter wardens in St. Kitts, and they're being paid every month, whether every month or every week, but I have not heard any word on the street that they are not being paid. It's just that there are lots of people in St. Kitts that are employed by government that are not active in carrying out their duties.
Mm-hmm.
Because people nowadays have a piece of bush or paper in their hand, whatever, bush is okay, but paper in the hand, something eating sweets, out of a biscuit, a plastic cup, they just drop it there.
It's a sense of national pride.
And they just drop it and they say, well, you know, somebody is going to come and clean it up.
Correct. We shouldn't have to be...
take responsibility of our own action.
Correct.
And when we take responsibility, we'll be more in a better position.
Better served.
To guide ourselves forward.
We'll be better served.
We'll be better served, yes. We have to own it.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, there's a garbage truck that drives around town that leaves more garbage
You mentioned that, but
That's
that's what
you
the,
walk in that garbage and get in your car, you think you was in the garbage.
that's what the comedy. Oh, well, I appreciate that. There's a feedback there in the line. Okay, here's a question for you. Are you there?
I'm with you.
Okay. Have you seen any of the flags being flown at half mast in honor of?
No, you know something, I thought about it this morning, and I don't remember seeing any. I wonder why.
Because
I
I
wonder
didn't
why.
see any, so I thought I would ask someone if they observed that.
I don't remember seeing any,
The
but there might
flags
be. I will not
should
shout it down because
be
it could
flown
an
at half
oversight,
mast.
But I hope if it's not, the authority, those who have the power that be,
Let's hope it was
get
oversight.
that in place. And because he have served in the office of Governor General.
Our first Attorney
General.
General. He was the youngest.
For the Dr. Simmons administration, and he
Yes.
have also served in the office of Governor General. And so therefore, to me, we should recognize him, his family and so on.
Until a few months ago, he was the serving Governor General. And of course, we now have Dame Marcella Liebert.
Yes.
But to quickly invite him, if you want to cut the call, fine. But I had to ask a question because you're downtown and you are in a better position to observe than I am at this point in time. But before we go to the news break, not the news break, to the next commercial break, I'm going to read recently, roughly. Sir Samuel Wentworth Tapley Seaton, former Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, and a distinguished statesman, has passed away. This occurred 2 days ago. St. Kitts and Nevis bid farewell to the true icon of their nation, Sir Samuel Wentworth Tapley Seaton, who passed away recently with a heavy heart. The people mourn the loss of this remarkable leader, former Governor General and Attorney General. Sir Seaton's legacy is etched in the annals of our country's history, and he dedicated his life to public service and the betterment of his beloved island. So the question is, with this distinguished gentleman, former Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, passing recently, why is a flag not being flown at half mast? At this point, we pause for another few kind words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things like your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Must be 18 years and older to drink responsibly.
Flow Road to Home is life made simple. One affordable plan that gives you internet at home and mobile on the go. Constant connection anywhere and everywhere, wherever your plans may take you. Switch today and get double the data on your mobile with 60 gigs, plus unlimited WhatsApp and YouTube and 400 megabits per second internet speed. Flow Road to Home internet and mobile plan. Your non-stop connection. Visit a Flow store or discoverflow.co for more info. Conditions apply.
Enjoy the convenience of getting all your documents in one place. At the TDC Copy and Print Center on 4th Street in Basse-Terre, we do just that. We offer document formatting, graphic design, and copy and print services. Our team of professionals truly understand all your needs, whether it be administrative, professional, academic, or personal. You bring it, we deliver it with quality every time. Visit the TDC Copy and Print Center today in the TDC Mall on 4th Street in Basse-Terre or call 465-2511. Your copy and print specialists are waiting to serve you.
We have a call on the line. I want to second morning to Ambassador Chris Collins, but in the meantime, we're going to take this call. Call you live on Voices. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Oh, hi. Good morning. How are you?
Splendid. Yourself?
I'm okay.
Beautiful.
Listen, I have a foolish question to ask. Some persons might look at it as a stupid question, but you know what? You know, they say 4 lakhs questions to be made wise.
To be made wise, yes. Go ahead.
Yes. That thing about the flag flying half mast. What is it, mast or mask?
Mass.
M-A-S-T?
Yes, it's a mast, yes.
Or M-A-S-K, how it goes?
Mast, M-A-S-T.
Or T. Okay. Now, isn't the Governor General the representative of the Queen? Isn't he here in the country in place of the Queen?
Yes, he's what I'm looking for, yes.
Well, all right. So any flag to be flown at half-mast, you don't think that it is in England?
Nope.
That flag should be flown at half-mast?
Nope.
Why not?
It should be the respect that he would have garnered is a symbol of respect that you give to persons who would have served the country of that distinction. So it should have nothing to do with it being flown in the UK, flown here as a sign of respect to him. He served our federation.
But somebody would say he served the federation. But for the Queen, he was in place of the Queen. It has nothing to do with us.
He was a legal representative. Yeah, the British monarchy, but all the legal documents were signed into law because we were still constitutionality. Even though we had our own constitution, we are still members of the British Commonwealth, of which the Queen, or now the now King, is the figurehead. So even though his office was merely ceremonial, he served the Federation. Nothing was passed into law unless he signed on to it, because that was the construct of our legal framework.
Sign on to it.
Unless he signed whatever into legislation, it could not pass.
Okay. But a lot of these things that are signed into law, it has nothing to do with us. It's still the Queen's order.
It has to do with us. It controls us. It has to do with us. Whatever goes to Parliament, the legislative body, whatever is signed into law, unless he signs it, because we are still a member of the British Commonwealth. The monarch is the figurehead. The same applies in Canada.
Yeah, all of that's fine. But what I am saying, if we are still attached to the British Empire, so
we are.
Right? Okay. We are. Don't they in England know when their representatives down here pass? As best to your knowledge, do you know if they fly the flag at, where is it, Buckingham Palace or wherever, the Parliament or whatever it is?
I do not think so. I do not think they observe that. I don't know if they do, but I don't. As a matter of protocol, they would write to the government here. I do not think so. I've never heard of it.
You don't see this as a contradiction? I think this should be up for discussion. It's a contradiction, isn't it?
It's good debate for discussion, but I think on the ground, we should pay our due respect and fly that flag half-mast. It's a custom.
I have no objection to that. But from the other end, right? From the other end,
they should.
This is how I am also looking at it. Mm-hmm. Because if he represents the Queen should know one of his loyal subjects has passed.
The Queen or the King?
Well, it's still the same. It's still the same.
The monarch.
Okay, let's say the monarch. Mm-hmm. They should know that one of their loyal subjects has passed. And they should do him that honor because he too served them well in that seat. Because he was their representative. And to me, if they don't fly that flag in England at half-mast, then they are doing him a great service of disrespect.
They may very well be doing so it's left to us to honor that son of the soil. He was not only the Governor General, our first Attorney General, and he served with distinction. So all due respect and honor is due to him, whether they acknowledge him or not. That's one way it is.
Yes. Give him what is due from our end. Mm-hmm. But let us look at the other end.
Okay.
Because he's not there in that seat at our behest.
Our current...
He is not there as our true representative. So yes, de facto, we will give him what belongs to him. But what I am saying, if he is there to represent the monarch here in our country, they should know that he has passed. And they should accord him that level of respect by flying the flag at half-mast there in England.
I hear you.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Always thought-provoking and got some points. And that was not a stupid question, right? It bears discussion. And I just say we can have a debate on it. Have no problem. Any caller there waiting? Okay. We do? Okay. We're back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, King.
Good morning, sir. How about that?
No, good morning, my friend. We don't even think it. We do not know if the monarchy in England, if they have a flag at half-mast. But what Socrates is trying to show you is that we don't have to wait on them to tell us how to fly our flag half-mast because the governor has passed. You know, he
Former
lives
governor.
here on the ground. He's
Former
present
governor.
here with us.
Former governor. For those who may not know, and be a foul field, may think, well, the current governor has passed. So the former governor.
The former governor.
Mm-hmm. So top
So where he lived right here among us, we supposed to put it up. Whether England send on us to put a flag at half-mast, well, that is their duty and their responsibility. So we're supposed to show him the respect. But I'll show you something, Sako, King. If that has not been done yet,
on the ground, you mean locally?
Locally, yeah.
Okay.
That is where the Bible is really playing out the what it said. You know, the Bible said, where your treasure is, there is your heart also. So if they treasure him for the office that he held when he was alive, then the heart supposed to be there at his office, and they're supposed to know all your clock that he has passed. And then the first thing, they should say, well, okay, let us show our respect by pushing up the flag or pulling it down where it's supposed to be.
Well, okay. What I was trying to get clarified, I do not know if they have done that. The person I asked said he haven't seen it.
Right.
So let it not be said that I am saying they have not done so. I have not seen it. Right? The other person have not seen it. We're just saying that it should be done, it ought to be done, and we hope that it's done in all due respect. That distinguished gentleman has served and respected by all who knew him.
You hear the important adjective you used here?
What's
Neither
that?
you or the other guy haven't seen
We haven't
it.
seen. It does.
Right.
That is not to say that it didn't happen.
Right.
So just
that's
to
right.
clarify that.
That's right. But you haven't seen it. That's the adjective.
It's expected to be.
Yeah, it will be done.
All right. Oh, by the way.
Anyway, let Eli come in, because Eli got a lot of concern with the cleanup, just like me and others, because we've been talking about the nastiness. People willfully nasty, and they need to be penalized.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter how they talk and tell people don't do this and don't do that, they're still doing it.
Important note. Down at Independence Square, as we speak, the folks from the health department are doing AIDS testing.
Okay.
I mean, okay.
Let Eli come in.
You're going?
Let me let Eli come in.
Down at Independence Square at the moment, the folks from the health department are carrying out AIDS testing. Of course, there is no cost to it. Some people have a little stigma they don't want to go on, but it's has been said here on the program some weeks ago that there is a presence, even in the schools. I heard talk about a young student. She was 12 years old and she had AIDS. We go back to the phone line. So, AIDS testing, Independence Square. Call your live on voices.
King Socrates.
Sir, how about that?
How are you?
Not too bad for an old man.
Boy, I see we man getting some blows, boy.
Yep.
Sakwa,
Yes, sir.
we cannot let King Elibat and El Comida Willet, even hunks. Nobody call hunks name,
Fighting hunks,
but
yes.
hunks make a mark in this country.
That is true, yes.
And none of the governments them never try to at least recognize that guy over there in a wheelchair for his contribution. Remember thinking boxing went down the game, you know?
Yep.
Look where it gone since hunks in a tree. Look where it gone. I want to say big up to hunks. Happy belated
And he oftentimes called to make his contribution to the programs. He often then called to make his contribution to the various debates.
Exactly. And nobody does try to reach out to him. In fact, I want to know, if they take home $500, I want to know.
The pop?
I hope they're going on the road with him.
You talking about the pop? Lord,
I'm
man.
about the pop because
Lord, man.
that is the kind of people we want to benefit.
Really, share.
One more thing.
Yes,
I want
sir.
to call on Jeffrey Hanley as a young man.
Deputy PM.
Please to clean up Panwood. Please to get these young men in you to go and do the government work. If they join the government money, go and do the work and let me negotiate about prices and a little more money later on. But no. That kind of smelling ain't going to go down in the community with me, That ain't going down with me. Because I see Patches Labour had that under control. And it's all about politicking and nastiness in the politician them. That's why your tongue end up like that. Again, please, Jeffrey, rally these young men to do the work and make them clean that jail. After we visitors use there to go over to Marriott and for the Bay. Extension the Southeast. May I talk no more, I'm going to come in my platform. I want to give I a fair chance before I start rallying at all,
Okay, John.
Please to do government work. Have a good day, Sako.
Thank you, and thank you for keeping the issue of King Elimat in the forefront. It's people like you on the ground who will be left to carry the fight forward. Sometimes people in the upper office, they forget things. It's people like you who are there to keep their feet to the flames. This issue must be ventilated and not forgotten. So thank you again for the contribution. As we pause at this time for the midday newscast. We got 2 minutes to go. Okay, let's take this caller and see what we can learn. Caller, you're live on Voices. For the caller, you got 2 minutes. You're live on Voices.
Good morning, Socrates. I was listening to the conversation about the Governor General, former Governor General.
Yes.
And to me, the position is only comes under the United Kingdom or the King Queen because we are still part of that organization.
Yes.
But the person is actually serving our country, and aren't they also nominated by our countrymen to be in that position?
They have to be recognized. What's the word I'm looking for? Not nominated, but sent through. Jamson, what's the word I'm looking for?
Anyway, I understand.
They're not nominated, but they're actually, yes, by the local government for that position, yes.
Right. And they have to be approved by the government as well,
That
right?
is correct.
The local government.
That is
so
correct.
the queen or king is just signing the papers, just I
That
guess
is
just like the
correct.
principal of a school. Anyway, that's my contribution. Thank you.
How's the king going?
He's doing pretty good.
He's doing really good? Okay, recognize
Yes,
the voice.
yes.
We shall talk
Yes,
later.
Okay.
Last
All right,
caller, and at this point, we now pause for the midday newscast.
You found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Cariboury.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name. A smooth blend with perfect balance and richness. It's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoyed the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
With the WINNFM News, I am Devon Cornelius.
And I am Yolana Weeks. Family of the late Trevoy Trevi Liburd makes donation to the Alexandra Hospital Pediatric Ward. The Liburd family on Wednesday, June 28, 2023, donated a vital signs monitor to the pediatric ward at the Alexandra Hospital, Nevis, in memory of the late Trevoy Liburd, a loved one who passed away in June 2022 during a diving excursion at sea. Trevoy's sister, Jonella Evelyn, in her remarks, mentioned that Trevoy loved children, hence the reason for the donation.
A year ago, we lost a loved one who was dear to our hearts. His name was Trevoy Trevi Liburd. Trevi had a keen interest in the nurturing of children. And for this reason, we, the members of his family, are here today to present this vital signal monitor to the pediatric unit. May his legacy never be forgotten.
Trevoy's younger brother, Hugh Troy Liburd, made the presentation on behalf of the Liburd family to Mr. Gary Pemberton, administrator at the Alexandra Hospital. Mr. Pemberton expressed gratitude to the family and spoke of the importance of having a vital signs monitor at the pediatric unit.
On behalf of the staff of the Alexandra Hospital, and by extension the Ministry of Health and our Minister of Health, Honorable General Nisbet, also a big thank you to the Liburd family for this timely donation of a vital sign monitor to the pediatric ward of the Alexandra Hospital. Vital signs, you monitor your pressure, temperature, pulse, the pulse rate. So this is what this monitor will be used for, and it is important that we monitor these signs, as I would have indicated. Vital mean that it is important. So once these are within the normal range, then we know our patients are stable. So this vital sign monitor will assist us to have better monitoring of our patients and to provide the best quality care at all times to the patients.
In attendance at the ceremony were family and friends of the late Trevoy Liburd, including his father, Joseph Liburd, the hospital's medical chief of staff, Florel Hobson, Daima Golding, assistant matron at the hospital. June 22, 2023 marked 1 year since Liburd went missing at sea. while June 27 made 1 year since his body was found at Black Bay Indian Castle.
Attorney General Anil Nandal says embattled local government minister Nigel Dharamlal is innocent until proven guilty, as the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution DPP called on the police to continue the investigations into the rape allegations against him by a 16-year-old girl. Mr. Dharamlal, as a citizen, is accorded certain constitutional and legal safeguards by the highest of our laws, the Constitution. He is accorded certain facilities. He is presumed innocent like every other citizen of this country, and the investigative arm of the state must be allowed free from any form of pressure to conduct its investigations, Nandal said on his televised program Issues in the News on Tuesday night. Dharamlal, an executive member of the ruling People's Progressive Party PPP, who is on $1 million bail, has publicly denied all accusations. Police had arrested the minister, who has since gone on leave to facilitate the probe, when he presented himself at the Brickham police station in the company of his attorney, Nigel Hughes, last week Monday night. There have been calls from the opposition as well as several civil society organizations, including the Amerindian People's Association and Red Thread, for Dharamlal to be removed from public office. They have also called for a fair and transparent investigation into the allegations made by the 16-year-old schoolgirl against the embattled minister. Steadfast in his food security agenda within the Caribbean and Latin America, President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali on Tuesday underscored the importance of enhancing food production and integrating food security objectives with reducing poverty and inequality. The Guyanese head of state was addressing the community of Latin American and Caribbean states, CELAC, high-level ministers of agriculture meeting held at the Arthur Chong Conference Center in Lilindale. The event brings together leaders and stakeholders from 33 CELAC countries to address the crucial matters of food and nutrition security in the region. President Ali said that to comprehensively address the issues, policymakers and stakeholders must confront matters of climate change, improving the education and healthcare systems, as well as sustainable development. He further noted that the lack of support from international funding agencies, commercial banks, and monetary institutions in financing agriculture must also be addressed. President Ali underlined the importance of a health sector that understands its role in ensuring food and nutrition security. He noted that a crucial objective of the meeting should be to define the specific responsibilities of the health sector in each country to achieve this goal. The role of education must also be addressed by integrating nutritional changes into the education system, starting from nursery through university, he said. The president also acknowledged the need for establishing a technological support system within the region to enhance food production, with a particular focus on empowering women in this sector. He mentioned that the government of Guyana has set a target of ensuring that 35% of livestock farms are owned by women as part of efforts to develop the livestock industry. At the regional level, the president said a project was launched that involves the use of greenhouse and hydroponics. This forms part of efforts to boost food production across the Caribbean Community CARICOM to achieve the 25 by 2025 target, which is lowering the food import bill. Statistics show that between 2019 and 2021, the number of hungry people in the region increased by 13.2 million, higher than the global average. Therefore, President Ali stressed the need for CELAC as a region to implement an aggressive program that actively engages young people and women. Guyana's Minister of Agriculture, Zulifa Mustafa, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines' Minister of Agriculture, Sabato Caesar, also delivered remarks at the event. A legislator and former premier of the Cayman Islands was charged Wednesday with rape and indecent assault, according to authorities. Makiva Bush pleaded not guilty to charges that police said stem from 2000. Police issued no other comment aside from a brief press release noting that the senior politician appeared in court via Zoom. Bush told the Associated Press in a statement that he rejected, denied, and pleaded not guilty to what he called this evil plot and malicious accusation. All I have to say in relation to this, the latest in a series of malicious charges against me, is the truth will come out, he wrote. He added, this is done by someone I have never had any contact with. The arrest was the former premier's most recent brush with the law. Bush was investigated and found not guilty nearly a decade ago on charges including theft and abuse of office. He also pleaded not guilty to groping a female employee at a casino in Florida in 2017, and the charges were later dropped. Bush pleaded not guilty after being charged with indecently assaulting 2 women last year at a regional tourism event held in the Cayman Islands, a British overseas territory in the Western Caribbean Sea. He is awaiting trial in that case. Bush stepped down as premier in December 2012 after facing a no-confidence vote. He resigned as Speaker of Parliament in October 2022 following accusations of sexual harassment, which he denied.
Wreckage of the Titan submersible, which imploded while exploring the wreck of the Titanic, has been recovered and brought back to shore. 5 people died when the Titan broke apart close to the sea floor, less than 2 hours after it had begun its dive. A crane was used to unload the debris from the Horizon Arctic ship in the harbour at the Canadian port of St. John's. Canadian police have said they are investigating the fatalities. Earlier, our science correspondent Jonathan Amos told me more about what was found today.
When all of the search and rescue ships left the scene, one vessel was left. That was Horizon Arctic, which had a deep sea robot, and it was tasked with pulling up as much debris from the Titan sub as possible. And that ship has brought that debris in today, 10 days after this catastrophic accident on the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. And we've got to see some of the items that it's been possible to pick up. Now, just to remind you of the construction of the Titan sub, it was essentially a cylinder, a carbon fiber cylinder with 2 titanium end caps at either end. Now, they've been able to recover those titanium end caps. We saw them being hoisted ashore. One of them, the front cap, which would normally have a porthole, a window, that window was missing. You could tell because the hoist tethers that they were using to lift it up were going through the hole where the porthole would have been. What does that mean? We don't know. They also found the landing legs, the landing frame. So these are the long metal structures that the sub would have used when it was put on the deck of a ship or in the workshop. The various sort of superficial coverings. There was an after equipment bay also picked up. That was lifted ashore. And we also saw little bits and pieces, but nothing that was very easy to make out because at all times they were trying to cover everything with tarpaulins. Now, the question is, have they got enough now for people to reconstruct what happened? To reconstruct what happened, but also identify where the cause of the failure occurred for that catastrophic implosion. What we don't know, of course, is that there been any sign of any human remains, but I'm afraid because of the energy involved in that event 10 days ago, it's unlikely that any human remains would ever be recovered.
Jonathan Amos with that update there.
That was the WINNFM Headline News. The Headline News was brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
Did Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
Today's weather comes to the kind compliments of the Coal Pot.
Never before have you gotten a chance to choose exactly what you would like to eat. At the Coal Pot, you have that option. Choose the type of grain you prefer, either brown or basmati rice, quinoa, couscous, mashed breadfruit, or bulgur. Choose your protein. You can also choose your sauce preference to complement your protein, teriyaki, curry, barbecue, or tomato. We also have vegetarian and cheese pizzas, chickpea burgers made from scratch, veggie wraps, wedges, vegan banana bread, the largest variety of local juices, and our signature Coal Pot iced tea. I tell soup every Saturday. Get your order delivered at coalpottogo.com. The Coal Pot, located in Shadwell, nicely nestled in nature. Call us at 669-6005.
Dry and dusty air from the Sahara Desert, along with divergent surface airflow, will inhibit shower activity. Today, partly sunny and hazy with a 20% or slight chance of showers. Tonight, partly cloudy and hazy with a 20% or slight chance of showers. Sunset today will be 6:49 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:40 a.m. That's your weather forecast for today, which came to you with the kind compliments of the Coal Pot.
Never before have you gotten a chance to choose exactly what you would like to eat. At the Coal Pot, you have that option. Choose the type of grain you prefer, either brown or basmati rice, quinoa, couscous, mashed breadfruit, or bulgur. Choose your protein. You can also choose your sauce preference to complement your protein: teriyaki, curry, barbecue, or tomato. We also have vegetarian and cheese pizzas, chickpea burgers made from scratch, veggie wraps, wedges, vegan banana bread, the largest variety of local juices, and our signature Coal Pot iced tea. I tell soup every Saturday. Get your order delivered at coalpottogo.com. The Coal Pot, located in Shadwell, nicely nestled in nature. Call us at 669-6005.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
And we're zooming into the second half of today's presentation of Voice. My name is Socrates, and we had a wonderful session this morning. Hey, you guys out there on the various viewing and listening platform, it's a very beautiful day in St. Kitts. It's a bit overcast, scattered showers, but of course we're along over to some serious rain, so we're very happy with what we're getting. We had a wonderful session this morning for the first half. We had contributions from Culture, Eli X, Sister Henry, and many others, and we're going to continue in the same vein. I was saying that just before we broke, there is testing down at Independence Square for AIDS. There has been some reports that AIDS has made still making a very strong presence in the Federation. So people are to take it serious. Some point of view was that COVID overtook the health concern, but AIDS has been making some inroads. So please do yourself a favor, go and know your status. We have a call on the line? Okay. Yes, no, we pause. We pause for sponsors before we continue with the program. We'll be right back.
Riddle this, riddle that. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store is again giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash back for free groceries with every hire purchase. Will be given back this coupon season. Happening now. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash back coupon to all our hire purchase customers this coupon season. Starting now until December 2023. You get absolutely free groceries with every hire purchase at our Horseman's Furniture and Appliances stores on St. Kitts Nevis and our Ashley Home Store on St. Kitts. So riddle this. Where can you get quality furniture and appliances at great prices with a flexible FlexPlay plan and with absolutely free groceries with every hire purchase? Riddle that. Cashback at Horseman's Furniture and Appliances on St. Kitts Nevis and our Ashley Home Store on St. Kitts. Riddle this, riddle that. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store is giving you over $250,000 in cashback and a chance to win free groceries for a year. Riddle that cashback. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Our guidance as our own CSME, we probably embrace. Let the bongo sit and still and say, I am, you are, we are CARICOM. Trading as economic partners, opening up our borders as we gravitate to a single domestic space. I am, you are,
we are CARICOM. One economic region, union, water and sand, coveted lands, empires we just crowned in order to claim. You don't know where we got it? Let it play.
Of which today we stand with these in our hands, mortgage to none but our children's names. For we inherited through a bloodshed, lands ravaged and exploited, now impregnated with our DNA. 'cause the many things that defines us are more to unite than divide us. So give due recognition to our CCJ. Then in our Kaiso reggae and folk song say, I am, you are, we are Caribbean. Trading as economic partners, opening up our borders to negotiate in a single domestic space. I am, you are, we are Caribbean. Forging one Caribbean's economic union.
And we go straight to the phone lines. Call your live on Voices. We interrupted this song for your caller. You're live on Voices.
Yes, greetings for all the King's son.
Yes, I. How are you doing?
Okay, we depend live?
Live and direct around the globe.
Okay. You know what live and direct mean?
Live and direct, that's what it means.
Live and direct mean live and direct.
Around the world. Definitely. Definitely. Talk to me.
Let me move fast on the way, because I want to hear what you say now. Me hear kind of echo. Me don't like that. Okay. Me round in a sacramental zone. Peace and quiet. Okay. You know, say, we are listening to the advertisement, right? We are listening to the information and concerning AIDS testing.
Sir.
Yes, sir, yes. It's real because if you're having sex, and that's what we call about the evidence of sexual activities right in our eyes, right in our face. But people having sex, and it is important that people take protection, be protected, and those who know that they are ill should really get themselves together and keep themselves to themselves until they get themselves together. No, we are talking about the evidence of sexual activities. They watch the session I got you to the on the road, yeah?
The children?
And the children, the amount of children that we see, we know, say, sex, the sex act is alive and well and kicking. I mean, a lot of sex are going on. And in the midst of that, in the midst of that manifestation, we see, say, that it is very, very, very crucial and important for the sex education to be elevated, to take on another move. People need to know what the sexual act is really all about. We don't decide, we don't see that, we don't see what sex is about. Well, not everybody see it. We don't see it and we should, which we like to straight again, because we never get tired of echoing this. You see, sex, I mean, sex is between penis and vagina. It is marriage. It is the original marriage bond between a man and a woman. When a man and a woman lay down and have sex, they are getting married. That's the only way to one. A picnic. See, we talking when you say children. When you look at a child, you see both father and mother. Sex did that. No ring can do that. No I do and kiss the bride and kiss the groom can do that. Sex do that. No. In that marriage bond, when it is overstandable to be a marriage bond, the woman have sex with no other man. The man have sex with no other woman. Did that? And then according to the prophecy, if she become a widow or he becomes she can go on to, if the meditation is right, there's no forcing nothing, and it is a free will, she go on to the man brother, the man go on to her sister. You see it? But because of the error education which is all inculcated in the present sexual education. The error is that sex, that marriage before sex, that's like putting the cat before the horse. Sex is marriage. So when we embrace that original, take the sexual education to that point of embracing that original reason for sex. When people lay down and have sex, even if it involves children, they will already prepared for that because it will just be him and her. There's no in between. You know much man can't support them picnic because them have greener grass out there to support. Some are Spanish, some are Jamaican, some are this, some are that, and them got them woman with them picnic. Not getting the fullness of his economic whatever. That is because that is for the bad sex education. He just sees he could have a human and have seven other people, 10 other people. No business. But it costs. It have a monetary cost to it, and then no, there's a higher level where it costs in morality and the original order, which is out of order. When we look on these children today, we see all these things, manifest right in front of the eyes, enough sex going on, only for sex. And the right sexual sex education is not in place. It is not in place. We have generations of sexual zombies. Are we still online?
Live and direct.
We have generations and more generations to come on unless we put that in place of sexual zombies. Just because we have generations of littering zombies. People just eat, drink, cut down. People more nastier than animals. All animals do is walk and shit and piss. And that's natural for them. If we leave them in the natural habitat, they're good to go. See me? Human beings, they leave. Hey, go on the screen now, you see something. Look on the road where the same thing passes, the people and you see something.
X, we got your passion.
Yes, sir, no.
Thank you for your contribution. As I was saying, they're offering free AIDS testing down at Independence Square. Know your status, be safe. They ask that you observe safe sex practices. And here's a call. We're going to go to the phone lines. Caller, welcome to the program. You're live on Voices.
Yes, man. Let me turn the volume down. I don't turn it down.
Okay.
Why you say they're offering in the square?
AIDS testing. It was discovered that there is a very strong presence of AIDS still in the Federation, and people would have overlooked it because they thought during the COVID era, that was the main focus. There are some cases that should not be, so they're asking people to please come and
that is good.
Have their.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, I will say, sorry, anything is free.
Take two. All right.
But sometimes the freeness, and you want to, you regret that you ever go there. Now you see this thing down there where they're testing. The results supposed to be confidential.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't going to be confidential,
How so?
Somebody got a friend, and Sako, look, me and your good friend, I'm going to tell you something. Mr. Tom, he got it, but no say nothing mine. Hear you, no man, because you want me tell you.
But we'll look to the positive first.
You pinch another friend and tell him, no say nothing, otherwise he going to know me tell you.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's better to pay your money for things like these, but if you don't have the money, just go there and forget what people say.
So are you saying that in some clinics where you pay for that treatment, you have more confidentiality? Is that what you're saying?
No. Mm-mm.
Same thing.
I would say go to a doctor's office, even though it's mortal we are, And everybody got a friend. The devil got a friend. So the doctor can pinch somebody and tell them so. Okay, let me give you a story. Some years ago, a minister of government, he went to a doctor. Mine, I know what they, you know. But the doctor pinched a friend who was not a doctor. The doctor friend was a pastor. And the doctor tell the pastor what the minister of government tell him. He must choke him with a needle, kill him because he can't tolerate the pain what he bearing. I said, no, look at that. Oh, you know what they? The pastor know what they. And the doctor had no way to tell nobody that kind of thing there. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I understand.
Because they make an oath when they go in there. But you see, when it comes to something, what you don't care about, you go to anybody. But what you care about, try to avoid going to anybody.
Okay.
Now let me touch the museum of the factory. It was, like I said, 7 and 3, 10 engines were pulling. And the leader, when the sugar industry was murdered, he said he going to turn the sugar factory into a museum. Well, that ain't happened up to now, you know. The only thing left back up there in the yard to put in the museum is the railway and maybe the engine gate them. But nothing else in there. They're gone. We ain't hear how much tons of iron went out and how much money they get. So this other one now who said that he going to do this, the same Congress, I hear he say in Parliament, anything he leader do, he gonna do. Any leader tell him to do, he gonna do. So if your leader tell him, no, don't do what you say you're gonna do, he gonna follow your leader. So because of the statement what he make, I don't have no confidence in him. No, not me.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyway, I'll give somebody else a chance to come in because time short.
All right, much appreciated.
Okay, thanks.
Any other callers there? All right, the state of affairs at the sugar factory is really, really, really very disheartening. I was there some months ago with another tour guide. We were looking at creating tours. But, okay, let's take this caller. Good day, caller. You're live on Voices.
Hi, the King.
Africa. Once again, how are you doing?
I'm back. Just as a footnote, I heard what you read out earlier, and that is for discussion on another time, pertaining to what Barbados would adopt.
Yes.
From, we would do that from time to time in the islands, best practices, and so forth. Even today, the King, even today with the child month and the match,
yes,
I know that some other islands would have come here and, observe our preschool system and would have implemented it. So that is what we are. That is what we are as a people, as a nation, as a CARICOM, as OECS. But I want now to go back to what I promised to come to concerning the education, and I will use as a point of departure what I heard from the news at the news break in Guyana, where even the analysis, even speaking about we have more hungry people on the earth, and they are encouraging women and children to get involved in agriculture. And, it takes education to do that. But my definition of education, like from the last conversation, with what we call indoctrination, because I listened to the great educator, and he was talking about, the educational, his experience and what he has been, and his contribution. And also, he coupled it with his moral upbringing, and which was good. And then I made the point that initially, at first, our educational system was not always in the purview, in the hands of the government, per se. It was in the religious institution, the church. Right. So follow me. Follow my chain of thought. And so, how could we whatever differentiate the educational aspect from the religious dogma where the indoctrination was brought in? Bearing in mind, we are a people, and we are, if the science is right and the science is correct, we are the oldest species of people on the earth. So where were we before? What come to my mind is like King Leopold admonishing the missionaries to go into a different people, a different culture, a people who have a way of life, of really observing all things and knowing all things and doing it in a moral upbringing. And to tell these people, like King Leopold admonition, to tell these people, love poverty. You know what I mean? Blessed are the poor in heart, because theirs is in the kingdom of heaven.
Gotcha.
Well, what about the earth? But we're going to say, as above, so below. Our Lord's Prayer, thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. So why would we only want to enjoy heaven but don't want to enjoy earth? Settle for our poverty on the earth, while others, and you would have heard it, the king. It was said by Jomo Kenyatta that we were presented with the Bible, the missionaries came with the Bible and asked us to close our eyes in reference. And when we opened our eyes,
we had
ended up with the Bible, and they ended up with the land.
Yes.
So I am saying the indoctrination. Why would you want to fight yourself on another person, your way of life on another person, to belittle the other person? They did not have any origin. They did not have any history. God did not appreciated them before you came. So here is it, the last branch of people who came into the human sphere, as human species, telling the oldest branch of people, no, that's not the way you should do it. This is the way I should do it. I'm going to make a case for what we have inherited, the king. Sure, there's so many laws on our books. I am going to make a case where the Minister of Ecclesiastical Affairs needs to revisit, just like how the Rastafarians has won out in their way, the marijuana rights and so as a sacrament. I am going to make a case that the Minister of Ecclesiastical Affairs revisit, not just, we are just being a Christian people alone. We have people here who are sensible now, who are spiritually guided, and know that all peoples are to be respected. I am going to respect the Christians. I'm going to respect those who practice Islam. I'm going to respect those who practice Judaism and Buddhism and all the other isms. But you have to respect me too. For them to do away with that law on the book, that you're going to discard all the other people as pagans, as heathens, but you're going to uphold Christianity, all the three Abrahamic religions, the Judeo-Christian, Jewish, Islam, and Christianity alone.
Abrahamic laws.
Yes, time for us to really have and respect everyone else as equal.
Okay, gotcha.
And what their contributions are.
All
as
right.
old as some of us are. The minimum that we are. The minimum is 40,000 years. And that is why I spoke about the Adam calendar, which was never Adam. Yes, we in Christian circles, we accept Adam as the first man. But Adam is only 6,000 years old according to the Bible. Ipumbalanga. The clock in South Africa is over 75,000 years old and maybe older. You understand the king?
Got you.
So here with it now, we are
With the
to
four breaks, so
redefine
please, wrap up for me if you
read
can, please.
and write our history and bring our history to the fore so that those little children we saw today will have a choice in choosing what their ancient ancestors established long time, and would make more sense and would last, because everything else, that nothing would last that it doesn't have the good foundation.
Okay, Africa.
We heard of the foundation building on the sand and everything.
Africa,
everything is going to be tested to the fire.
We do for a break, but thanks for your contribution, okay? Head downtown and we pay the dues to our sponsors.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Outside Somerset event on Hosper's Building and Navy Center.
Centers. Don't miss out on the outside summer sale event happening now at Hospital's Building and Nevis Centers. With summer officially here, we're offering great deals and discounts on a wide range of outdoor summer items. Take advantage of our 25% off on selected products throughout the month of June. Sale items include barbecue grills, coolers, pools, swimming accessories, veranda chairs, fans, portable and stationary AC units, and much more. We have a wide selection of outdoor summer items available at discounted prices. Visit Hospital's Building and Nevis Centers to take advantage of our outside summer sales event happening now. Remember, selected outside summer items are 25% off. Enjoy the summer season with great deals on outside outdoor essentials. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Good afternoon, welcome back to Voices, and we go straight to the phone lines. Call you live on Voices. We will have missed that call. Please try to get back on. Nothing doing? Okay. Public holiday for CARICOM unlikely, says Antigua. St. Lucia opts out of CARICOM Day holiday observation. Barbados is observing. Trinbago is observing. St. Kitts, Nevis is observing, and we will observe. But the point is well taken. We should also designate, we got a caller, the buckle is right that date as an anniversary also to be celebrated. Yes, caller, thanks for holding. There's an echo on the phone, so you might want to step back from your thing, but you're live on Voices.
Good afternoon to you again. I hope you had a pleasant lunch.
No, nobody feed me. Nobody fed
you
me.
You saw the match?
Pardon?
You saw the match?
When it was on the way up, I saw it. I had to deviate in traffic to avoid getting caught in the flow.
Quite a lot of children, no?
Definitely.
Yeah, but what some persons need to understand, maybe half of them do not even belong to us.
How so?
Meaning, they were not born citizens. But anyway, that's not what I call to talk about. Two things. I'm going to address this AIDS thing, and I'm going to address this agriculture thing. Okay. This agriculture thing, right? Now, we hear about doing what we have to do to secure our food.
Food security?
Yes, food security, or to expand our agricultural, or protect it, okay? Now, just the other day I was thinking, I don't know how many persons this thing has crossed their mind. It talk about global warming, and we now talk about this, practically the scarcity of water. And we are now told that a lot of our water comes from underground. Now, when we talk about agriculture and so on, how many persons are really considering the water cycle?
Good question.
Because, sorry?
It's a good question.
Yeah. How many persons are really looking at or taking into consideration the water cycle? Because it is because of the water cycle, that's why you see we have rain, because evaporation of, water from the oceans, the sea, water on the land surface and so on, that goes up and, form clouds, come back down in rain and so on. Now, if our climate, we have all of these climate changes, and by all accounts, the days are getting hotter. Now, follow me. 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now, let's assume that things remain as is and we still have flesh and blood on this earth. By all indication, it seems like the climate, if you want to say the atmosphere, whatever, is going to get hotter.
Based on the current progression.
Now, when I was younger, we had rain, a lot of rain.
We had seasons. We had a rainy season and a dry season, which was predictable. Now we don't.
Right. But the rain, when you look at the soil, you see the soil that was wet for days after that, even when the sun came out. Today, we could have a whole day's rain fall. By tomorrow, the soil is dry again. And you know what came to my mind? Because just a couple days ago, early in the morning before I left to go do my work, I happened to put my fingers in the soil because I had something they planted, and I put my finger in the soil to look for it because I realized it didn't come up. And Mr. Moderator, the soil is hot.
Really? What time of day was this?
That was in the morning.
Wow.
The sun did not even come up good yet. Hot.
Wow.
And I'm looking at this, and I'm saying, okay, we're talking about agriculture and so on. Let's say 20, 25 years from now, what is going to become of agriculture? Do you think we're going to really have an agriculture if we don't have an adequate water supply? Because to me, the atmosphere could become so hot that even if rain falls, the heat of the sun will cause that water to evaporate before it reaches the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have trees and so on that they have their roots in the ground. I guess maybe some of it is extended far enough to get water from the soil, from underground. Now, if we are using all of this water via the wells, and we're talking about that we are not now having adequate rainfall to replenish the underground water, and especially in a reasonable time, because the rainfall, it has decreased somewhat. What is going to happen a few years from now? Now, we can talk about taking water from the ocean, desalination.
Desalination, yeah.
Right? But then again, the waters in the ocean and the seas depend on rainfall. And every day the sun shines, water is evaporated from that surface. So in time to come, desalination is going to be a problem. Because I heard someone say that, the ocean, the water in the seas is limitless. No, because if we have to take all of what is happening in the context of what they call global warming and all these high temperatures, less and less and less rainfall, we are in for serious trouble on this earth. So not even agriculture, so to speak, will survive.
That's a lot of thinking. That's a lot of imagining what it would be like. In terms of the planners and those who are in Guanami, I think their projections are over 5 to 10 years. You're looking about 25 years on the road. As climate change manifests itself became more of a challenge, then we will have to adjust accordingly. But you're way down the road, and you're not wrong.
I go that far. I try not to stay too immediate. I go that far. We're in serious trouble. And look at who destroying the earth. It's not people like me and you. But anyway, let me move on. Now to this age thing.
Mm-hmm.
There are persons who are sent to this country, and they are sent as agents of biological warfare.
To collect data. To collect data?
No. They themselves are agents of biological warfare. Now they know how we think, you see? And there is a craze among us that, listen, even if a being pops up from off of Jupiter and it's multicolored, it could be purple looking, it could be pink, it could be blue, they know many of our people will go and align themselves sexually with that being. They know how we think. Our people, sorry to say it, but I'm going to say it, they have no sense in a lot of instances when it comes to their reproductive organs. I do not know for the life of me how people could see someone in one night, don't know the person, don't know where the person come from, don't know what they carry, don't know what they bear, don't know what the genetic thing is, don't know what the DNA traits is, don't know what kind of illnesses are lying to their genetic. You understand? And they go with that person sexually, and not just sexually, but without even the use of a condom. This is a sick people. And because of that, these agents of biological warfare were sent among us. And we...
Unsuspectingly,
no way. We make a lot of consciences. We make conscious decisions to do this. We make conscious decisions to do this. We don't like our own, so everybody else is acceptable. They don't care who they are. They could be marshals, they don't care. And that's one of the ways in which we have all of these aids in the place. Because they were sent as biological agents of biological warfare. Next, and this is the final one. You see that vaccine that they just gave, they say, for COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Many things were told to us. They told us, they gave the information. But they had another group of people that they came to throw in confusion into it by saying, but the truth was out there. Now we are told that, well, persons who took it, within the first 2 weeks, 0.8% will die. And everybody else after that, they have between 8 to 12 years along the line, max 12. Okay. Whether they want to accept it or not, that is there. I'm just only saying what was put out there. I'm only just saying what was put out there.
All right.
One of the things they said is that the reproductive system of the male and the female will be so affected that men will become sterile, women will become sterile. Women who get that and get pregnant, they will lose their babies. If perchance a child comes, you will have a lot of disabilities and a lot of things and so on. Okay? Now, the medical thing do not come after me because I don't expect you all to come and tell us the truth. I'm just saying what the people who are responsible for whatever said. So don't come after me, all right? And they also said that this substance is going to destroy the immune system. Now, if your immune system that the Almighty put there to protect you from a lot of these invading illnesses and diseases and so on, if it is not in a position to protect the body, it is broken down, is operating at zero. So it means now you are now susceptible to a lot of these illnesses, all of these external invaders coming into your body. They are no defenses. You catch every and anything. Well, Mr. Moderator, that tells me that we are looking at AIDS. We are looking at an acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Because if your immune system cannot protect you, that's AIDS.
It's compromised.
So we're going to also see an increase. Well, okay, let me put it this way. We will also see a possible increase in AIDS cases as a possible result of that vaccine. And those persons who did not take it and they get involved with someone who took it, they too will also get that AIDS. You see what I'm saying?
I got you covered. Well, not covered. I saw the linkage. You made the linkage.
Well, like I say, I'm sorry?
You've made the linkages.
Yeah. Well, like I said, my head don't good, eh? I just talk out of my head. My head ain't good sometimes. I'm crazy, so forgive me, eh?
I appreciate your call, your contribution, your concerns. You're duly noted, okay? Jamster, downtown again. You have this call? Let's take it downtown again. Let's give our sponsors some credit.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
June is the month of fathers and dads at Horsewood Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Home Store. So come now for their dad deals and discount sale event during the entire month for dads in June. This Fathers and Dads month of June, get up to 30% off on TVs, recliner TV stands, and mattresses. Yes, get dad deals and discounts up to 30% off on selected items, including TVs, recliners, TV stands, mattresses, and more. Happening now and for the entire month of June for fathers and dads at Horsewood Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Home Store. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
If I may say, I am reliably informed that the shipment of medical assist equipment and other items are due here for delivery on the 4th of July. And so shortly after that, should be able to get them cleared from customs. And for the folks who have been long awaiting these things, they should be here shortly. 4th of July is the due date for the shipment to arrive in the Federation, and we'll take it from there. Want to thank Mr. Othniel Heiliger and his wife for stepping up and covering the balance that was due to make the target amount we wanted. They would have contributed without consulting my phone about $500 and something to make that figure complete. I will then read out next time the names of all the persons who would have contributed to getting this thing sorted. We want to thank you once again very much. But yes, for those who've been following the story, the sagas, if you will, the shipment is due in the Federation on the 4th of July. Big day in a lot of people's culture. And shortly after that, what day is it going to be, Jamster? The 4th of July? Tuesday? Perhaps by the weekend, after customs will have done their things, I should be able to give out on the department to those people who have been long waiting these items. So, yeah. Mr. Othniel Heiliger, his wife, I'll have the list of names to give credit to where it is due. For all the folks who made a contribution, thank you so very much. And, of course, the folks who are on the receiving end, they would thank you and pray for you. So, it's a good thing. Topic of the day. Sometimes, we get caught up in the issue of the passions we get, But a few days after, we say nothing. We do nothing until the next incident. Or set of incidents. I'm talking about the spate of murder we had recently. We have spikes, and then we level off, and then we spike again, and then the chatter starts again. I was speaking about the things that that can influence our younger people, who are the ones who seem to be more caught up in the violent thing. The negative influence of some music. I went to Antigua a few weeks ago, and the same thing prevails there. That discussion was very prevalent there. But prior to going there, a chap stopped me at the public market in Sandy Point. He says, I heard you on the radio talking about the music and the influences there, but you forget the games. See, back in the mid-'80s, Atari came on with these games and tried to explain them, the violence in the games. And I'm thinking, is it so much here in St. Kitts? He says, yes. People sit to play these games about shooting, robbing banks, this and that, car chases, and he described them, and he made a lot of sense. A lot of these games, and he says, in the countries that they come from, like China, this was his story, you don't have those influence. But they send them off to the Western world, and because we here in SKN like to view what's happening in the Western world, we follow the patterns, and we create the mindset, or we give it the mindset of playing these games about violence games, and so we want to live it out in public. The very same debate was ongoing in Antigua. A lot of young people, and this is what they were saying in Antigua, the young people them. I did see quite a few incidents where the police was grabbing people, searching them, taking off the clothing. I saw that. It's not really murder related, but a lot of robbery. A lot of robberies. So the region is we trouble. It's not only in SKN. But as I said, normally when there's a spike in certain types of crime, we get on the thing and we talk, justifiably so. We're hurt, we're afraid, etc., etc. But the reason behind the causation, we should take time out and look at them and see how we can address them, not only wait and be reactionary. We need to be proactive in dealing with these things. Now, it's instructive, as I read earlier, this article about Barbados. Okay, can I find it? Where can I find it? Can I find it? Barbados adopting the policies of the former government of SKN. Barbados is moving to copy and introduce the Dr. Honorable Timothy Harris-led team unity administration initiated revolutionary and visionary PAP program. Interesting. I recall when they came here to study the peace program, they actually came from around the region to find out how were you able to get that high rate of murder, etc., reduced to almost zero. They came, they had confidence studying. And they went back and, as far as I know, I was told they implemented those programs. Here it was criticized as you're paying people not to kill people and this and that and that. That may be so. Somebody mentioned every time you bring in a forensic pathologist, it costs so much. We didn't have like residents, so every time you bring in one to deal with an autopsy, it costs the country so much. So they weighed that against how much it would cost to fund and maintain the peace program. The country went through a state of relief, for it could go out and socialize again, or the killing stopped. And seemingly, we have gone back to, or reverted to that incident, but there are programs here in the Federation that we now see that other countries are adopting, you know. I think the PAP program has been facing some challenges based on the feedback I've had directly from persons. Do we have a call? If you have a call, just interrupt me. All right, and this is encouraging. Okay, we go to the phone lines. Caller, you're live on Voices.
Yes, the King.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I get a relief over the years. You know who I am and my sport that I will die for.
Cycling.
Right. Well, all the years I've been wondering, why is it not dark skin? Mind, listen, I didn't say black because you got black men in there. It ain't all whose skin ain't black like mine ain't black.
Mm-hmm.
Because you remember some years ago, there was a man from South Africa named Basil de Oliveira. His skin was like them those up there who discriminate against people and say you ain't white so you can't play for South Africa.
Okay.
Right, and then England took him to play for them. When he looked like them and he hair straight like them and his skin color like them, England took him and he played for England cricket team. But anyway, Tour de France bicycle race is the biggest and the hardest race in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes for 25 days. Well, over these couple of weeks, I've been studying it and following it again because it's supposed to be starting July 4th. There is a guy from Kenya, Africa, a black guy, and he has been making progress up in Europe in the different bicycle races. And it is predicted that he has the quality, everything it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And if he continues the way that he is winning those races up in France, Paris, Roubaix, and all those kind of races there, he could win the Tour de France.
Mm-hmm.
So I say kudos to a black man in the Tour de France, and he opened the gate for other dark-skinned people to enter the race.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is what I call back to say.
Well, we want to.
I'm glad for him, just like any other black people, and congratulations to our football team.
Yes.
We didn't get the gold medal, but in my mind, they did well and they win the silver.
Well, I saw that I could have brought up the topic we discussed last week as to whether they should be given houses. You know,
okay.
Because nobody called and said they should win first before they allowed that level of honor to be each. Mr. Harris was advocating that each person, each player, and the staff be given a smart house. Somebody say, yeah, but you ain't win yet.
Yeah, but they don't get to wait till they win. the effort that they put in,
Yeah.
and to see where they came from and who they beat to each day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, brother.
Well, I understand that because he went to the story of Elimat, okay?
Mm-hmm.
His contribution, and should he be elevated to the status of national hero? I have no
Right.
problem with that. We're advocating that at least because according to King Progress in Antigua, he spearheaded the effort for King Shortshirt. And he sees Elimat as a parallel, or what Elimat did for St. Kitts as a parallel to what Shortshirt did.
That's
Somebody
right.
called and said, well, okay, Elimat was a band leader. There were other members with the band. He didn't do it alone. Okay, we're discussing it. But in terms of what Atiba Harris was advocating for the Sugar Boys,
Football.
is that each be given a smart house. Not only the players, but the staff themselves. Somebody said, well, that's too much of an ask. He didn't really think it out properly and all that. But it's good to have these debates. So they didn't really advance any further than, but they would have
right.
gone to represent us. So the question is, should they each be given a smart house based on the contribution? Understand?
Well, I don't know.
It's
how
called
smart
Voices.
them
It's called
I don't know
Voices.
how smart them house will be, but I know they deserve something like a house each.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, I'll get out the way. Let somebody else get in.
Much appreciated.
Okay, bud.
All right. So these are the various things on the table today. We spoke about the passing of Sir Tapley. AIDS testing happening down at Independence Square. And is your caller? Okay. Just general stuff. Okay. Not forgetting that we are still in the Chris Collins. Let's see what Chris has to say. I want to thank you for your contribution. He actually weighed in a bit earlier, wondering whether or not the flag has been flown at half-mast or not. That should be mast, M-A-S-T. Greetings from the UK. Chris Collinswood here. Do you see him, Jamster? Did you get a chance to interact with him? I think he should have his own food channel. What do you think? I can't figure out how people, will we ever know the truth and get the stats for the vaccination? Too many unanswered questions. That's the contribution from Mr. Chris Collins up there in the UK, and we entertain this call from the public. Call 11 Voices. Better caller, are you there?
Greetings.
With blessing to hear you, sir.
Yeah, man, blessed Lord. Socrates, we're looking for you on Wednesday, man. Listen out for you on Wednesday for me to continue the reason.
I was here on Wednesday.
Yeah, but the program was different,
Okay. But it's called Voices. You can actually, I understand, I had a guest in the house. You're correct. Correct. So, you got me now. Go right ahead.
So you do have to document it now. I look in clarity, the cannabis clarity. He was saying that to go up to 5 trees, you need a license.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the 5 trees supposed to be free. You don't.
Is it 5 trees or beyond the 5 trees? I think you're limited to 5 trees.
Up to 5 trees, but that is what my eyes are showing me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Up to 5 trees, a license. So
I think you're allowed up to 5 trees.
For the people, and to me, that, something got to be there for the people because the government moving towards the cannabis industry, right?
That is what they
and
said.
The people, they must be free with something, It's not like, how we look, really and truly. You only forgot about law, business. It's conscience, If you don't got this big industry, then you're supposed to be able to say, well, all right, you want to go more than 10 plants, you need a license to do that. And then it looks like you're considering the people.
But if you have an industry, I would say that they get person like yourself to grow and bring it into a central, like a Samaka thing. But give you the first option, not for somebody else to just grow and even import and then have that industry. You must be part of that production. So you should not then be limited to 5 trees.
The commercial activity,
mm-hmm.
Then you need a license. I could see to that, right? But suppose you just your personal maintenance, right? I I don't think you need a license for that because it's your conscience you're exercising, you know what I mean, and the ruling from the court.
Mm-hmm.
Show that forward, you know what I mean, that to cultivate, you know, you must have the freedom to do that.
Well, if five trees represent that you're now, you've gone commercial, you're selling or retailing, whatever, then that comes into play. But that should be for your own personal sacrament. You shouldn't have to have a license for that.
Yeah, man, because it's like that, if that don't go on, like, remember we were going on like that before this bill come, eh?
Yes.
Remember, people was allowed these 5 plans.
That is correct.
You know what I mean? So I don't expect a backward step. You know, if anything, you know what I mean, you try on the next 5 and say, well, watch it. Anything after 10,
then
you're going to need a license.
Reasoning.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's more level vibes to me, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not about like who smoke herb. Some people don't smoke herb. You understand?
They drink the bush, they drink the tea.
Use it, yeah. You got different way you can apply the herb, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we need, that was saying that we need to think in a more forward and uplifting way about yourself. You understand? Because it's we own self that do these things, you know?
Yeah.
But, okay, you see? We need to educate the people about the constitutional rights. You know? If the people is the economy, check. Without the people, you don't have an economy. So the state of the people is the state of the economy. Check.
You're correct.
It's a sick mentality, it is, you know, my brethren. We pick it up through the slavery and the colonialism, you know. But we too self-hate. We hate ourselves too much, you know. You got to get rid of that.
You're correct in craving.
There's no progress for us, you know. Unless we could get rid of that, we got to shed them things the eye. You know what I mean? Thanks for the time.
Correct. Much appreciated. But I was saying that you're correct in craving a better understanding of the laws. I do have a copy in my vehicle, but my issue this morning was getting away from, even though I don't have a planned topic, avoiding being caught up in the parade downtown and then finding parking at Port Zante. That whole issue. I tried to get parking in the circus. I cannot. I could not. There are so many yellow lines around the town. Parking was a problem. When the Port Zante at the usual parking space and it's actually cornered off. But I happened to see a chap coming out of the area, so I took a spot to be able to get here in time. If not, I would have to park someplace way, way, way off. And then get back here. So that whole parking thing, I think there was an attempt at a meeting with the person involved, and then she couldn't make it. We're going to have that discussion. We're hearing about changes upcoming at Port Zante for the new season. I think there's a meeting on the Sunday next month to discuss that with the relevant authorities. So both presidents and I will be going down to the ministry to discuss what those changes are. We're hearing some things that's not too encouraging, but until we get the official update from the Ministry of Tourism, Department of Tourism, we cannot say what it's going to be. Guesswork is one thing, but what I've been hearing so far is not too good. The minister said there'll be some changes down there, so we're hoping to see what they are. But in terms of the parking issue, somebody said that the reason why they didn't want us parking there, mean taxi drivers, because they want that space for a music festival. But here's what. During the carnival season, we, the taxi drivers, are normally unceremoniously kicked out of the circus. And that's something we need to have in terms of discussion, because we're told a day or two, well, as of this date, you guys, we're going to be using the circus. We need to have a discussion. When it's convenient, we're ambassadors, and we provide this level of service. But on the other hand, we get kicked out of the circus during the carnival time. We have no place to park, no place to apply a trade, because the place is adapted to carnival committee and so on. Yes, but you have to give us a designated area for parking. We can't park in the Bank Street. That was discussed. You can park in Bank Street. By the time you get there, people would have come in town to do their own businesses and parked in the same area. So there will have to be designated areas for the taxis to park and ply their trades. People come from Rams, with the shopping bag, with groceries, and can't find taxis because there's no place to park. So if the argument was that they needed the space at Port Zante, where we normally park, for accommodating the folks going to a music festival, it means that every time there's such an incident, taxi drivers are kicked from where they normally park. Right? So, for the folks who are planning the carnival events, in terms of the carnival committee, we need to have a discussion. You need to respect the taxi drivers and the level of service they bring to the people, the man in the street walking with the groceries, come for taxi, and you can't find any where we don't know. So tie that with the optics of where we have music festival, so we need a parking lot. So who are we? What's going on? What's going on? So every time you have a major incident, we need a parking spot. So what's it for? Okay. When ships are in the port, you park there. When the ships are in port, you move your vehicle. There's a drop-off and pick-up area, but you bring folks from the hotels downtown to shop, mainly at Port Zante, but then there's no parking for you. You can't go in the circus because it's overpopulated with vehicles. So you wait for a while to get a slot, and if you're not careful, you might get a ticket because you're blocking traffic. So this is the debate that we need to have. And there has to be a designated area for the overflow of taxis from the circus to be able to park at Port Zante without being told, well, you can't park there. I myself had to sneak inside the barrier because the vehicle's there. But the way they were parked to the front, I couldn't get in until I saw somebody coming out on a side entrance, so I went and parked. Because if not, it's go back to the circus again, try to wait, or find some place, because there are no other areas designated for us. So the whole issue of, it's a music festival, so we're going to ask you guys to not, music festival pass, they're gone. But the whole area is blocked off. So whatever the plans are, I guess we'll hear more of that next week when we have the meeting with the relevant persons. Please, show us some respect. Give us some respect. Don't tell us, well, it's carnival time, so you have to move. That's been going on for too long, and it has to be addressed in a proper manner. We're planning for carnival? Okay. Both sides of Bank Street, that's designated for taxi drivers. Whatever it is, half of Liverpool Row, because that's a central area. Guys coming around from various points want a taxi, you can't find us. Because a container is here, and we are kicked out. And according to where you park, you may get a ticket. We need some respect. We pause for a few words. Almost out of time, but we're going to give kudos to our sponsor once again before we come to the end of the program.
Riddle this, riddle that. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store is again giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars in cashback for free groceries with every hire purchase. Will be given back this coupon season. Happening now. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in cashback coupons to all our hire purchase customers this coupon season. Starting now until December 2023. You get absolutely free groceries with every hire purchase at our Horseman's Furniture and Appliances stores on St. Kitts Nevis and our Ashley Home Store on St. Kitts. So riddle this. Where can you get quality furniture and appliances at great prices with a flexible FlexPlay plan and with absolutely free groceries with every hire purchase? Riddle that. Cashback at Horseman's Furniture and Appliances on St. Kitts Nevis and our Ashley Home Store on St. Kitts. Riddle this, riddle that. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store is giving you over $250,000 in cashback and a chance to win free groceries for a year. Riddle that cashback. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Okay, we're in the closing minutes of today's presentation of Voices. This is Friday. Let's take this caller. Caller, you're live on Voices.
Greetings, one smoking son.
Yes, sir.
Before you took the break, we heard a brethren on the line talking about the 5 trees.
But
He
what?
was really saying that
Oh, yes.
they say that in order to do that you have to have a license.
He's questioning the same thing you're questioning. I thought before they bought the thing, they had to, you were allowed up to 5 trees.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure what I was hearing. I just like what he said, free up your conscience. I feel say that the license for that. I'm speaking as Rastafari now, and I'm speaking for everyone who have the authority, have that authoritative vibe to have trees in their private space. And the way I see it, if they say that license is required, that is not the final say, no. We can go beyond that. This thing is evolving. So all people have to do is just say, no, we're not working with that. And make the voice be, people, watch here. The voice of the people is the voice of the Most High, And this herb is all to do with the Most High's creation. So people not to just say, well, all right, that said and that done. No. We can protest against that by saying, no, we don't need no license for that.
Do you have a copy of the regulations that they gave you guys?
And make them go back to the table. But pardon?
Do you have a copy of the regulations or the document that they put up there?
I have people who have copies, but I watch here. As I have said, as we have said, Babylon is catching up, We have already established the rights to this God-given plan, which we call the tree of life, and which we embrace tenaciously as our sacrament. We don't up here. Babylon is catching up. Babylon is catching up, and Babylon includes even our present state of affairs, our present system. It's all part of the global Babylon. Yeah? So I am saying that when it comes to those that 5 trees thing and license to do so, people not to accept that as the final amen. That's what we are saying.
Okay.
People should do what they have to do. Just protest against that and let them know we don't need that. Go back to the table with that. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I have a copy of it, but I would figure that you guys would be more informed. The fact that he's querying whether he's up to 5 trees or after 5 trees, I'm going to bring it next time, but I asked if you had a copy because then you could speak to and better informed address the question that he was asking.
Yeah, I'm just responding to what he's saying. I think I heard that somewhere between the grapevine that it need that people need that licensing. It's not the first time I'm hearing it. So I'm just saying I'm going to have to. If you read, you read for us. If you read for X. You see me? So
I'm going to make sure I have the copy next time.
To read. We are it's all for one-on-one for all. That's the way I see it. And if it said that the license is required for the 5 trees, right, as he was suggesting, or he assumed, well, we are saying that if it is so, if it is not so, we give thanks, and if it is so, we just show them that we don't need this.
Okay.
We're not going to comply to this.
Okay.
Simple. Yeah, and go back to the drawing board and make it right. Yeah. Blessed love.
Blessed love. I want to thank you once again for that contribution. It's very valuable because there's this debate out there and this uncertainty as to exactly what was legislated or what the rights are, what was allotted to the Rastafarian community. I'm going to bring the copy that was given to me by Ras Aya and we'll go through it. Perhaps the next airing of voices, that's going to be on Monday. It's roughly about 29 minutes past the 1 o'clock hour. We close play at 1:30. Want to say thank you to all folks who made the contribution, those who listened, those who try to get in, couldn't get in on the program. We do value your opinion. It's called Voices, and we encourage you, if it's a chance you get, to be part of the national debate. We want to wish you a most safe and productive weekend. It's Friday. It's payday for some celebrating, some, have family issues their morning, etc. But it's all part of the circle of life, right? Remember that we're still in the midst of the hurricane season. It's the end of June, come midnight. We would have passed then the 6 months of the year. We're into the 7th month, going down, and we just want to know that we arrive at the end of the year, without much incident. We want to wish you peace, love, and much brighter tomorrow. And God's willing, I shall be in the hot seat on Monday morning. I'm out of here.
Outside summer sale event on Hospital's Building and Navy Centers. Don't miss out on the outside